Hi guys, welcome to a different type of video. On this video I'll be doing advanced stretch movements on the back muscles and the lower parts of the body, getting some of the other muscle groups involved as well. Using the resistance bands, different colours represent different weights / tension, starting from light going up to heavy. In this one I'm stretching out the back muscles, leaning back as the resistance bands are pulling me forward. This one is the forearm rotations, stretching out the forearms, the biceps, triceps, and also the shoulders. This is one of my favorite ones as it gets all the shoulders stretched out. With the resistance band, it allows you to get that extra range. As you'll see later on, I'll be using the rowing machine as well. If you tuck the chin in as well whilst doing that, and this one just for the lower back, you can do this on the machine, but you can use the resistance band as well. Moving down to the lower body, leaning across, feeling it on the lats as well, but mainly for the hamstrings. So as I'm leaning across, I'm feeling that stretch down the left hand side of my latissimus dorsi and on the hamstrings as well. Going into that seated position, as you can see, the legs straight, the arms straight, the back position is straight, and from there tucking the chin in, getting that extra range. And if you saw my boxing video on YouTube, you'll see me doing this stretch. I feel like it's a very good full body stretch as you feel it in different areas as well. You can do it double legged or single legged as I do later on. This is a little bit of a more core activation, taking the limbs off, making it a little bit harder, changing the angle as well, being able to hold that position, using the core muscles to stabilize that movement and that holding position. Taking that seated position, going into the single legs now, guys. Bring that leg as far back as you can. From there, just lean back nice and steady. Straighten that leg, go as low as you can. This is a good one to build up the flexibility within the hips and the inner thighs, also in the hamstrings. Point the toes towards the head, tucking the chin in as well. From there, what you can do is try to progress into doing the splits by doing this movement. So holding each one for around 15 seconds plus. You'll know and be able to gauge how long you'd like to hold it for. The longer you hold it, obviously, the more benefit you'll get from that. Same again into that shoulder mobility movement, allowing that range to come forward. You see a lot of Olympic athletes do this with the bars, so they will do it with like a wooden bar and then try to bring it behind the head, bring it as low as they can, keeping the arm straight, and then bring it back around in front. Also bringing the left hand over the right hand, same again, feeling it down one side, and then going back into the middle, and then from there bringing the right hand over to the left hand side, so you're getting the full range. So you're getting the middle, just on the left, back to the middle, and then from there on the right hand side. This one is stretching out the lower back. You can use a foam roller, but since I was there, I thought let me just do it there. Leaning back as far as possible, and from here is getting the lower body back involved, and then feeling it on the shoulders. On the hamstrings as well, as you can see, the legs are straight, heels just slightly off the floor, getting that calf stretch too. As you can see, guys, full body stretch this one, getting the lower body and getting the lower back involved, the shoulders as well to be able to hold yourself up. So that's a very good one as well. As mentioned earlier, this is the same one that I was doing on the row machine. As you can see, a slight curve in the lower back / mid back, allowing that stretch on that lower back section, just with the left arm and then with the right hand also. So switch between them and tuck the chin in, get as low as you can. This is where it starts to get a bit more advanced, guys, as in just the range that you can go. So do it a few times, see how far you can go. So from there, that was not a full range for me, as I should have taken my right foot out a little bit more to allow that left foot to slide through. So just go as low as you can. As you can see, stretching the inner thigh, so the inner leg, where the quads are, just the inside of that part. And then later on, we'll be coming the hamstring one. So do it both sides. Keep the legs straight and then bend down to touch the floor. And this one's a good one to measure your flexibility. So it's like a test, as in go as far as you can and then lean over. And if you can't get to a certain point, try to do it. And then each time you should be getting further down, touching the floor with the fingertips, and then hopefully with the fists, and then hopefully with the hands as well. So if you keep measuring it and recording your results. This is a similar one to what I did on my boxing video and what I did at the start of this video with the bars, but instead going down nice and gradually, elongating that muscle, and then from there going down all the way, feeling that full stretch. Turn that rear leg 90 degrees, turning away from it, point that toe towards the face as well. When you're facing full on towards your leg, try to tuck the chin in too and go as low as you can. Pulse it out as well, guys. So do a few reps where you're just going to short range, so short movement, but just going backwards and forwards. And as you can see, going down as slow as you can, get to that point, and then from there fall down nice and gradually, not too hard because you don't want to overstretch that muscle for it to be able to tear. Just go to your point, go to your limit, and then from there stretch it and tuck the chin in as well. This is where you can see if there's any tightness or knots more on one side than the other. So like the lat one, where you do it with your left hand and then your right hand, see which one feels a bit tight or a bit more painful. As you could see on my face, that this one was a bit more painful than to the left side, which is understandable. Being a boxer, being that my rear foot and springing off it to go forward and backwards and rotating as well. And I'm right footed, so from there I would understand that that one would be tighter as well. So just to do this, I like to do single ones and double ones, as you saw earlier with the one where you tuck your chin in and holding onto the bars, and then do it single ones as well to see which one hurts a little bit more if that does happen. This is a standard stretch that you would expect to do at the start of a class or a workout, but keeping the legs straight, making sure that they're locked out, and then go down with the fingertips, and then try it on the fist, and then with the hands flat on the floor. And this one, rotating through, pushing off the seat, and then from there allowing that stretch on the back of the shoulder as well, tucking the chin in, and then doing little pulses and then switching over to the other side. A good little core stability test, like using a Bosu ball. From here as well, then going into the stretch of walking it in and then keeping the back stretched. As you can see, the back is nice and stretched. Legs straight as possible. Lock the knees out onto the tiptoes if you can, feeling that half stretch as well. Tuck the chin in as always, and then you've got a bit of that head movement and shoulder movement like what we did earlier, where you took the head under the shoulders. Come towards the end of the video now, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you're able to do some of these stretches and see your flexibility and mobility increase, especially if you're an athlete and do a lot of sports. It's important to stretch out before and after doing a workout. So I hope this has helped you, and hopefully you'll be able to log and keep track of your mobility. And well done